Hi, and welcome to my channel. Sorry for not like exploding into this, but just wanted to create a quick video to keep myself moving along today. It seems so kind of crazy to me that sometimes creating YouTubes makes me feel less alone, even if it means just that on the other side of the YouTube, somebody in the future will take a look at this. So, and for me, I don't know, it's not about money or fame or anything like that. I don't know. But like right now I'm just battling, I guess, loneliness and healing. Sorry. And so yeah, I'm just like trying to reflect here. It's Friday and it's February 23rd, and 28 years ago I had my first kid. Yesterday. I mean, like 28 years ago I had my first kid in my arms. And I just, it's really incredible that that's a lifetime away, right? Like that's, and I was married for 20 years. My husband died by suicide in 18. Yes, if you do the math, we had our child out of wedlock. But yeah, so yeah, still healing, still working on things, still realizing, still grateful for people that have like been honest and maybe said that either my sharing or I think sometimes it's hard for people to hear hardships that people have gone through, and I've had friends and people say that my sharing sometimes or interaction sometimes can be raw. And so I have consciously worked really hard not to try not to lash out at people, and yet have experienced, I'm guilty of lashing out at times, particularly to probably, close people to me, like as in family members, like my dad or my mom or siblings. I've worked really hard not to lash out at my kids, but I don't know, towed the line of not letting them, lash out at me, I guess. I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't want to sit and think about that stuff. So anyway, yeah, onward. It is after 3 on Friday. I have to be somewhere at 5:15. I need to figure out the next 2 hours. Stay productive, stay positive, and encouraged. So yeah, so I really don't know what to say to you except for stay productive, stay positive, and stay encouraged. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, take a deep breath, keep going. Don't allow discouragement to crowd or darken you, right? Don't let it crowd in. I've worked really hard at this, despite some, I don't know, some dark things that have happened. So, and fight off, like I'm talking to myself or about myself here, but like try to fight off and keep away like depression, although struggling with anxiety, the future, that's been a long time like problem of mine, and I've been working on that one for a long time too. So yeah. Woo. Anyway, don't know if, and I know the lighting is just terrible. Like the way, I mean, it's so gorgeous. Let me go outside real quick. It's so gorgeous right now outside. It's, oh gosh, it's like the middle of February, and we're supposed to get snow in Northwest Ohio here. I think tomorrow, or isn't this beautiful out here though? This week. But yesterday was like 58, which, I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like this is par for February in Ohio, because my son, who again is a February birthday kid. I mean, I can remember when he was little, like going on bike rides with him and his sister and maybe even his little brother. I mean, sometimes I had all three of them, like one person or two kiddos in like this stroller behind the bike, and then one time a bike seat, and then them on their own bikes. Well, anyways, but I can remember definitely years where on his birthday, it's been, or in February, it's been unseasonably or surprisingly warm. And I'm beginning to think that it's just surprising because people expect it to be winter, because I don't know, but I'd have to look at the meteorological history to see if my memory is I don't know, on target. So anyway, so it's just gorgeous. I am I have a tendency to just really try to focus on positive things. This past couple years, I've been focusing on the blue sky, typically because if we have blue sky, we have sunshine. So yeah. Just concentrate on being thankful for the breath in my lungs, thankful for the friends that I have, thankful for people that are willing to listen and hear, or be open to, I don't know, receiving or, being with me if I'm angry, upset, happy, any of those emotions, right? Angry, upset, happy, sad, whatever. But battling loneliness, if you will, or like for me, it's I don't know, it is tough. And so, yeah, just being thankful for that, people, for human beings. So, if you're super lonely, I'm just gonna urge you to find a good church if you can. I luckily and thankfully was involved with a church, my church, Westgate Chapel, when the lowest point of my life happened and when my husband died. And again, sometimes I know it's a challenge. Sometimes I'm a challenge, right? Like honestly, probably lashed out at people at church too. Oops, yeah, kind of clean it up here. I'm in the middle of cleaning up, so I need to kind of just hunker down, get focused, finish what I started, and keep moving forward. So, yeah, a lot of deep breathing here. Just encourage that for you when I substitute teach, and I can tell the energy of the kids is like. And sometimes I do push them, and I really try to get them, I challenge them, but that whole breathing through it, that whole breath work stuff, it's, I think it's important. And so I even do things like, hold your breath, hold it. And sometimes I turn it into a challenge because, and I mean, sometimes the kids will just breathe and they're just act like they're holding their breath. Yeah, they are funny, but I don't care. It's sweet if they engage in the challenge, and it is amazing and great. Even in my HR years, I noticed when I worked at K-12, teachers in that organization in particular, but teachers in general, tend to be open to knowledge, right? And so engaging and wellness kind of activities and such was just off the charts, if you will, compared to the corporate engagement that I saw. Now, I'm going to broad brush this, but I think the satisfaction level of teaching, although there is a high burnout rate, but because there's some cadence to it, I think it gives people some cadence to rest, right? The summer break and such. I don't know. I dare say maybe the burnout rate is lower, or just maybe different. And so different from corporate, different from business, different from, I really don't want to put teachers as a separate entity from like hospital workers or from the corporate world, but yeah, I don't know. It's a unique space for sure. So yeah, anyway, if you are a teacher or a sub or any of those things, yeah, I just really encourage you to keep your, just keep your mind, I don't even want to say mindset, your state of mind, be conscious of your state of mind. So I like to think about not mindset necessarily, because we say growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, but like mindfulness and or being able to shift a negative or I might even just say depressed mindset for the day, or even even like a heightened, I'm just thinking about, sometimes if people are like hyper, being able to kind of regulate and bring yourself down, those are important things. And so, especially when you're dealing with, and I say this with all due respect to any parents out there, but elementary kids and junior high kids can be like hurting a bunch of either hyper or, emotional kittens. So yeah, those are some thoughts. As for high school kids, they're much more apathetic and they think they know and understand, but they really can be funny. Yesterday I did have a young black man who said, you older white ladies, he said, you've been already lived your life. And I mean, he wasn't being like speaking in Ebonics or anything, but he must have been comparing me to another older white lady. And it just made me laugh so hard, because he said, and I didn't know about this, but he said that we do, crazy things. And then he used like an extreme sport that I've never heard of, but he described like jumping into the ocean or a deep lake and going down and holding your breath. And, and he said, people have died from that. And like, I didn't challenge him, but I was like, so do only white women do that? It's just so funny. But yeah, breaths, right? But, yeah, it all seems relevant. Maybe not, but anyway, okay. All right. So, and another thing too, just being able to see humor. Like, I would say that the, if you will, trauma that I have experienced or worked through or whatever, it really altered my sense of humor, or maybe even made me have, and I said this before, like I think before I even was dating my husband, like this notion of sense of humor failure, like it's kind of been a real thing. Like I feel like, yeah. So this week I was sharing with somebody, I feel like it might be coming back a little, my sense of humor. And what I mean permanence, like not like I'm just a vessel and if I laugh, it's just going straight through me. So anyway, so God bless ya. God bless you good. And again, if you're experiencing loneliness, I feel you. I'm sorry. But I don't want you to embrace it and continue, or don't isolate. Those are my words of wisdom. Be thankful, be grateful, find church, community, people. Do not sit in it. Recognize it, claim it, call it what it is, and then get active about it. So, and it may take a long time. It may take a while, but just engage in the community. I'm not saying go jump off a boat and sink to the bottom and do an extreme underwater sport like that, which I honestly think I need to Google that. But yeah. And then one more quick thing, because Twitter, the other day on Twitter, I saw this and I thought this was interesting. Maybe you've seen this too, but there were people that were truly floating in air. Like there was a trampoline that was like free falling. Not free falling, but like had a parachute. Okay. So, but then there was like people jumping on the trampoline. So they were like, just think of quantum, physics or laws, obviously like, so gravity was working, they were bouncing. And then one person like did a aerial flip right off of this trampoline that is seemingly to be falling, right? Is falling, parachuting down, and then opened up their parachute. And I was just like, is this real? Like, you know? And then of course I said something snarky because, yeah, Elon Musk's was like pointing into the camera saying, you know, I'm going to Mars, are you going with me or something? And I'm like, you know, the first story seems more plausible and realistic, Elon, than the second one. But hey, whatever, keep an open mind, right? God bless you. God bless you good. And don't be afraid. Be curious, okay?